Hey everybody. It is a lovely Friday. I don't know what part of the world you guys are from, but it is a beautiful Friday here in Florida. I wanted to have a really unique conversation with you guys today that I've seen online just a little bit. This is kind of bouncing off one of my favorite YouTubers' podcast. She brought this topic up and I thought it was incredibly thought provoking. I wanted to kind of recap things that she said. I wanted to bring more of my own thoughts into the conversation. And it's the idea that individuality can be toxic. And I completely agree with this. I mean, that's why I'm making this video. It'd be kind of stupid if I didn't agree with it. But I do completely believe that to some extent, individuality can be really toxic. And I wanted to talk to you guys about why I think that. And after this video, if you guys have any more thoughts or anything you would want to contribute to the conversation, drop it down below. I have a laundry list of points I want to get to. I'm actually really passionate about this topic. And I wanted to start out with searching for individuality can drive us absolutely nuts. There's this idea that we constantly have to be striving for perfection. And in the same way, it follows that we have to be constantly striving for this idea that we have to be as far away from other people as possible. There's them and there's us. That's the mentality that it creates. And it can drive you absolutely nuts. And I can attest that I actually fell down this rabbit hole myself of becoming hateful and being like, I don't want to be like other girls. I want to be different. I want to be individual. And it drove me nuts. It literally drove me nuts because I felt like there was nothing I could do that actually made me individual and special in the way that I was like looking for, in the way that was truly individualistic and not like other girls. Because at the end of the day, I'm an 18-year-old teenager from Florida. I'm blonde, I have green eyes, I look like half of the girls out there, and it's like, that's not a bad thing, but that drove me crazy too, because 'cause I'm like, "Oh my god, there's so many girls here that look like me, that have the same features as me, and I hate it. I wanna be different so bad." And it was also kind of funny because especially when I was, like, a younger teenager, my mom wouldn't let me do anything to myself, like, she would not let me dye my hair, wouldn't let me get piercings, wouldn't let me get tattooed, anything. I was really mad at her when I was, like, 16 because I'm like, "Damn, like, my mom is ruining my chances of being individualistic and special in my own way." And it was kind of sad in a teenage way because I shouldn't have had to put that much stress on being an individual unlike other people. And I think it is important to say, yes, it's important to be yourself. It's important to be an individual, well rounded person in a way that looks comfortable for you. It's important to allow yourself the room to grow into whatever person you want to be. But it can drive you crazy if you're just obsessed with being unlike other people. There's a difference between allowing yourself the room to grow and becoming obsessed with creating as much distance as possible between yourself and other girls. I do want to like emphasize girls because this conversation is related to the you're not like other girls kind of subgenre of the internet. And that's where it comes this whole like individuality can be toxic thing. So this conversation isn't for men. Not to say that this can't apply to men. I absolutely think it can, but I'm just not educated enough in that side of things to fully comment on it. So this topic is more so generated towards women. Secondly, there's nothing wrong with being like other girls. I think this is like it's kind of funny to say because like what would there be wrong with being like other girls? I think women are so strong and so capable and so smart in so many creative different ways that I don't see why anybody would want to separate themselves from those ideas. Like I said, it's important to be an individual human, have your own interests and assets and things that you love. But you can't negate the fact that at the end of the day, you are a woman and you are inevitably going to like things that other women like. It is statistically possible to be so unique that nothing that you like lines up with something that someone else likes. Interests are never, ever, ever to one person. There is almost always another person out there who likes the same thing. So, as much as you can try and as much as you want to drive yourself crazy, you will never be individual enough to the point that there is not someone else out there who is like you to some extent. There's nothing wrong with being like other women. If other girls like Pilates and I like Pilates. What's the problem with me liking Pilates with them? Why do I want to be different and just separate myself from them and be myself and then them over there when I could join them? I could make friends, I could make connections. We can bond over the fact that we all like Pilates or whatever the, habit or topic of interest may be. Why do I have to separate myself? And I think you can find individuality within something that is relatively the same. Like, for example, if you like Pilates, a bunch of other girls like Pilates say, "I love Pilates." And I go there and they're all wearing little pink sets. You can be like, "Well, I don't really like the color pink, so I'm going to wear sets that I like with the colors that I like," and you wear blue or leopard print or black. You have added your own individuality to that hobby and that is okay, but that's not taking you away from the fact that you like Pilates. Individuality within a hobby or within, interests that the mass public likes is okay, but it becomes toxic when your mindset shifts to just making yourself as individual as possible to the point that, you know, it's unclear whether you actually like the hobby or not, or you're just trying to show yourself as individual as possible, if that makes sense. Like, it becomes almost performative, like people are, I'm just going to keep using Pilates as the hobby of choice for today. If a lot of people like Pilates, but you're super obsessed with remaining as individual as you can, but you also like Pilates and you don't want to admit that. It becomes almost performative in this showcase of, oh, look, I like this thing that you guys like, but I like it differently. And I like it in a way that's so unique that none of you can relate to it because I'm so individual. It becomes like that. And it's a little annoying. It just takes you away from the group and your ability to make connections and make friends and enjoy those things because, like I've reiterated about 3 times now, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be like other women and wanting to like the same things that they like. Following this, and this might be a reach, but I want to know your guys' thoughts about this. The phrase "you're not like other women" is a statement rooted in pinning women against each other. And I don't know if that's an out there statement. It might be a reach, but I want you guys to hear my explanation. Like I said, when you're so obsessed with being unlike other women and so individual, you start almost competing in your head about how individual you can get and how you can get more away from other people and be more unlike other people. And I feel like it creates this competition. I feel like it creates this zone where you start judging other women, you start judging other people for liking those things because you have conditioned yourself to believe that you need to be super individualistic. You need to be this person on the outside of everything. And you start judging those girls for liking the same things. You start judging those girls for, liking Pilates and then getting matcha after. You start judging them for reading super popular TikTok books. You start judging them because you have allowed yourself to be so far away from them to the point that you think now you have an opinion that matters to them. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if that sounds rude, but like realistically, at the end of the day, your opinion doesn't matter. Like, who cares if you think that a pink Pilates outfit is ugly? Who cares? Who are you? You know what I mean? But when you put yourself on a scale so individual from other people and so away from other people, you have created this environment where you have convinced yourself in your head that that opinion has some significance to the greater scheme of things, and it's like you have allowed yourself to think now you can judge those people because you're so individual and you're so unlike them. And that's not how it works. It is never ever okay to judge other people, to bully other people, especially people who are just enjoying their life, having fun with whatever hobby or artistic development that they might be having. It is never okay to bully somebody. No matter how individual you are, you never have the place of power to judge other people, especially other people who are just enjoying their time. Bouncing off of that, I feel like the "you're not like other girls" statement is also rooted in male validation. And it's the same way that I think of that trend, girl math or girl dinner on social media. I don't know if you guys have seen that. I'll try to find a video and put it up um for both of them. Maybe I'll do it on like on either side of me. So the whole thing with girl math and girl dinner, in my opinion, It's an idea that diminishes women, and I don't know, again, if that's kind of a reach. That's just the way that I see it. I really don't like engaging in anything that diminishes the power and the idea of women, and that's why I think the whole "you're not like other girls" thing is also rooted in male validation. The whole trend between girl dinner and girl math, I feel like, is rooted in an idea that makes women look stupider, makes women look weaker, makes women look less capable, and the whole "you're not like other girls" sets you aside again and gives you this ego that you are better, you are individual, you have your own set of things you wanna do, you're not like them. You have referred to them as others, and they are stupider, they are dumber, therefore not on the same level as you, and I feel like it's rooted in this idea of male validation and also rooted in this idea to make women look stupid or to pin them against each other. Like I was saying, it creates this competition, creates this ego where you think you can judge people. I hate it. I don't like it. And I kind of wanted to talk more about the male validation part of it because I feel like the "you're not like other girls" stemmed from this idea that like a boy is coming up to you and being like, "Oh, well, like you're so different. Like you're not like other girls." And I feel like that's how it became in media and movies and early 2000s and magazines and all of this. It's this idea that, "Oh, well, like you're so special. You're like a girl next door, like secretive. Like you're not like other girls. You're not like those like popular girls that just like to do shopping and paint their nails and yada yada." And it kind of like began like that and media just ran with it. So now saying "you're not like other girls" still in the big 2026 pins women against each other. It pins women against each other and it is rooted in male validation that the more individual you become, the more separate you become from other women, the more likely you are to attract a unique male partner because you have placed yourself above these people. You're not like those girls that have girl dinner. You're not like those girls that have girl math. You're different. You're better than them. That's the idea that it presents. And it's really nasty and it's rooted in this competition between women where we should be uplifting each other, we should be supporting each other, but instead we're tearing each other down in this idea that we have to be in this competition to who can be the most unique, who can have the most unique things. It is okay to be a group. It is okay to like the same things. And we don't have to do anything for male validation. We don't have to participate in things that diminish what women can do, that diminish the community that women create. My next point is the more individual you are, the more that you're separating yourself from ability to have friends and make connections. And I kind of vaguely touched upon this earlier, but it's when you are obsessed with being so individualistic, you are ruining your opportunity to make friends and have friends in things that you can both mutually do. Like, for example, if you like running, if you're so obsessed with being individual and not like other people, you are ruining your ability to have a running buddy, to have somebody you can wear matching running shoes or matching running outfits with. You know, you are ruining your ability to have that connection with other people because you are so obsessed with being such an individual that you cannot have any connections with any other women in your area or in your hobbies of interest. And, like, following that, nobody wants to be friends with someone who's obsessed with, like, being individual. I'm sorry. You're kind of a prick. Like, and this might touch a nerve, but, like, I literally don't care. Every time I've met somebody who's, like, super obsessed with, like, not being like other girls, I don't wanna be around you. Like, it's okay. Like, you're not like other girls. It's okay. You can be individual because nobody wants to be around you to begin with. Nobody wants to be around somebody who is obsessed with the echo chamber going on in their head. Nobody wants to be around somebody who sees you as a direct competition for their interests and hobbies and their social standing in life. We are meant to support each other. We are meant to uplift one another. We are meant to have connections and friendships and great relationships that both people mutually like put work into. We are not meant to treat our friends like competition or, okay, well, she did this. Like, how can I be different from her? It's okay to be the same. It's okay to, have the same outfit, have the same, shoes, the same hairstyle. It's okay. It doesn't make you any less whole as a person. You have the same interests as someone else, and that's okay because that person is your friend. And, I it was there was this girl I went to high school with, and, I don't know, she said something about how I think it was like her 17th birthday. She said, "If anybody shows up to my birthday party looking better than me, they're getting kicked out." And I thought that was just so nasty, and I don't think it completely aligns with this conversation, but it just goes back to the whole, like, rooted in tearing other people down. I feel like the whole "you're not like other girls" thing is rooted in tearing other people down. You're so obsessed with being the individualistic person that you are willing to tear other people's confidence down. And yes, I understand it was this girl's birthday. Obviously, she is the star of the show, but you're the birthday girl. Nobody else is the birthday girl. No matter what somebody does, they're not going to take away the fact that you are the birthday girl and today is your birthday, you know? So I kind of felt like that comment was really nasty. It was kind of rooted in hatred and jealousy. And it just kind of like, I don't know, I just thought about that right now, and it makes me think of how trained we are to do those things because we grew up on shit like this, on shit like you're not like other girls. We grew up on things like that to the point that we are so conditioned to believe that we must be so individualistic, we must be so unlike other people. And nobody wants to be friends with somebody like that. I have gone through a lot of change in that aspect where, again, like as a teenager I was obsessed with individuality and being as individual and as special and as different as I could be. Now that I'm growing up, like, fuck it, like I want to be as much like other girls as possible. I want as many friends as possible. I want as many communities as possible. I want to uplift women, and I want to create a community where women can be together and they can be, they can lift each other up, where we aren't competing with each other, where we don't see each other as competition, and I don't want to be somebody who's like super super obsessed with being individualistic, or be friends with somebody who's super super obsessed with being individualistic, because they're annoying. And I already said this earlier, but I think I'm going to emphasize it again. There's nothing wrong with following trends. There's nothing wrong with bringing your own spin onto trends. Like I said earlier, if you like Pilates, but you don't like the sets that the other girls might be wearing and you want to bring your own twist to it, that's fine. But don't see it as a competition. It doesn't have to be, you are doing what you like. You are in that space. You are, joining a community. You are finding friends. Don't see things as a competition to be more individualistic. Ask yourself, what can I do to be more like the people in this community? If you find a community you really, really love, like I'm looking into a beach cleanup, right? If I find a community of people who clean up the beach that I'm like obsessed with, I can ask myself, how can I be more like these people? For example, these people are so eco intentional. How can I be more eco friendly like they are? Take things that you love from other people. You don't have to be the most individualistic person out there and you're here and they're there. You can be more like them. You can join that community. You can uplift that community. You can add your own twist to that community, because we do all have a sense of individuality. Nobody can take away from us. We are whole people to our extent, whole individual, unique people. But at the end of the day, humans are humans. We are habits, we are patterns. It's okay to be same as other people. You can add your own twists to communities. You can add your own fun personality that nobody can take away from you, but don't force the competition between yourself and other people. Don't force this hatred of you have to be super individualistic and something's wrong with people that like following trends, because there's not. Trends are trends for a reason. People follow trends because they're fun or they're exciting, or some of them are stupid, don't get me wrong. But like, things like that. Like, don't be hateful. Don't hate women. I hate when they see other women hating women, and I'm just like, damn, like, why? We all, like, there's already so much hatred against women online. Like, we don't need any more of it. I just felt like a dust particle. We don't need any more of it in media or in our day to day lives. Be as supportive as you can. Join communities. Don't be hateful. Be individualistic in your own right, but to a healthy extent. Don't force yourself to be separate from other people, to be separate from other communities. You're perfect in your own way, and you're individual and unique enough in your own way because you are a whole unique human. You don't have to force yourself to be out of the group as much as possible. That was a really fast word vomit. I talked really fast about this video. I'm just really passionate about something like this, and I did want to share my thoughts with you guys because I feel like I've been seeing a lot of videos lately on people hating other people for like following a trend. And I used to be like that. I used to hate other people for following trends 'cause I'm like, "Oh, you're so stupid. Like, you followed a trend." And I didn't want people to see me following a trend and think like, "Oh, she's just one of those girls that follows another trend." And literally, who cares? Literally, who cares? Okay, I bought that book because a bunch of other people were buying that book. Okay. Okay, I like that book. Like, I like what the book was about. Things are popular for a reason. Things don't just pop up into thin air and become popular for no reason. Things are popular for a reason. Trends become trends for a reason. It's okay to follow them within a certain extent. And yeah, that was my thoughts on this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you liked this little corner of the internet, please leave a like and a follow. Yes, I am wearing the same shirt as my last video because I filmed both videos at the same time. But yeah, I really hoped you guys liked what I had to say, and I hope you have an amazing weekend. Bye-bye.